So we're going to do the ears for the hare now. If you don't have horns, don't worry. We just sort of carry on as though they're not there. So you just sort of pretend they're not there, and you can see where we will put the ears. So I've done one side of him so that you can see, and hopefully you can see the curves of his body as well, and how he's shaping up. Still a bit raggy in his coat, but then we haven't quite finished doing his pelt, and that's the side without an ear on and his horn pointing backwards. Okay, so I'm going to put you down in a minute. I'm going to drag this back. So what we do is we have some of the darkest fluff, or the darkest brown anyway, and this is one I made earlier in true Blue Peter style. And what I do is I get a bit of like this, and I lay him down so that you can see, and what I do is I hold it up against his head to see what it looks like. So we're going to attach it, so we use about that much at the back to attach, and we shall see how long his ear is and whether that's working, and if it is, then I will use 2 pieces of that. I'll just tell you roughly how long that is. That's about 14-15 centimeters in total I'm going to use. So there's the one I did earlier. I suggest you make them side by side because that makes life easier. You can see a bit of Angelina fibre in there. You can see that they are mirror images of each other. Remember, you're not going to needle from there down much. Okay, doke. So we're going to do that, and then what you're going to do is you're going to get a little bit of your natural brown, and I'm just going to pull that. That's new growth coming through, so I'll just pull that off. And that's going to go, and spread it out a little bit, look, and that goes on the back. Okay, so he's got black tips to his ears. Depending on the time of year, it's a bit like a fox. The pelts change all the time, the coats change all the time. So just a little bit of black on there, maybe one, not black, sorry, dark brown. So maybe one layer, not too much. And then what we do is we stab it down. Now you can hear it's going into the foam, but not too deeply. We want to be able to curl it back up when we need. So I'm going up there and down and not touching that little bit at the end, and I'm going to knock it in a little bit and make sure that it comes out, and then that bit I'm going to hold while I make the pointy bit, curl that in and walk it in with my needles. And so generally go all over that so that it is holding itself together. Now when you've done that, I want you to just go at a real sharp oblique all over it at the back. Once you've done that all over in both directions, or in all directions, until it's nice and tight basically, and this will hopefully make sure that it's felted on this side but it's not pushing the fibres all the way through to the front. Now I've pulled that off, all was well, it didn't stick. Can you see that we've got the stuff coming through? Look, I think it's really hairy. So what I want you to do is, again, your oblique angles. Now if you wanted a pink inside your ear or whatever, now's the time to do it. I add the white and all that sort of thing right at the last bit. I just give him white tufts inside his ears. I do not faff about marking the insides of his ears. If you would like to, you go ahead, it's your hair, but this isn't something I do. But what I do, why I'm mentioning it now is because I don't want you to go and do start messing about and doing the insides of his ears and things like that when you don't need to, because of all the other bits and pieces that we've got to do. It's one of those last minute jobs. so you don't rough it up or anything. Okay, so we've done that. Let's pretend it's finished, and I'm going to bring that back up